Good morning. This is Reverend Myron Jones of Pathways of Light. This morning, I want to share um, the one thing that Jesus tells us that we need to do. He says, your only function is to accept the atonement for yourself. And so, how do I do that? That's the question. How do I do that? How do I accept the atonement for myself? The way that I do it is very basic. If I have a thought in my mind that I know is coming from the ego perspective, seeing someone as guilty or seeing myself as guilty, being angry, being fearful, being sad, any of those ego emotions, if I feel them, then I know there's something in my mind that needs to be healed. And it's the healing of the mind that is a way that we accept the atonement for ourselves, because everything comes from the mind, is in the mind. So let's say that I do have one of those moments when I notice that I'm not feeling happy. I notice I'm not feeling happy. Um, I notice that I'm not at peace. And so I stop, and I think, what was it I was thinking? What brought on this feeling? What caused this feeling? And very likely it was a thought of guilt. That typically is the cause right there. Is a feeling of guilt. Maybe what happened was that I was looking at someone or listening to someone, and I had a thought that they were not okay, that they were guilty of something. Maybe it would simply be that they triggered in me. Probably it is that they triggered in me some some thought, some belief in my own guilt. Maybe they reminded me of something that I've done in the past that I have not yet forgiven myself for. And then automatically the mind thinks, ooh, they made me feel bad. They made me feel bad. So that means they're guilty. Maybe we don't think of it just like that. Maybe we simply see them doing something and think, oh, they shouldn't be doing that, which is the same thing as saying that they're guilty for doing it. And so what do I do with that once I've found it in my mind? Well, I invite the Holy Spirit in to look at it with me. I think about how it makes me feel when I see this person as guilty, or when I think of myself as guilty. And I notice that I've lost my peace, that I'm unhappy now, that maybe I just feel a little anxious to think of myself or someone else as guilty. So I sit with that for a moment, just to let that feeling, let myself really feel it, and to experience what it's like to think of guilt in the mind. And then I know that that's not what I want. I can honestly say to the Holy Spirit, please heal my mind of this belief. Heal my mind of the belief that I'm guilty. Heal my mind of the belief that someone else is guilty. Heal my mind of the belief that there's any value in holding on to guilt. Please heal my mind of the belief in guilt. If guilt's not part of God, then it's not real. It's something that we made up with the ego, and so we can let it go. We don't have to keep it. It's just an idea in our mind, and we change our minds all the time. We can change our minds about guilt. We can do it with the Holy Spirit. We can allow the Holy Spirit to heal our mind of that belief. And when it happens, it's such a miracle. It's just incredible. One moment you're feeling really bad about yourself or bad about someone else, and then the next moment it's gone. It's gone, and you're at peace. And that's the miracle that Jesus offers us. And so how is doing this for myself, how is that accepting the atonement? How is that healing the sonship? Because my mind has to be healed for the sonship to be healed. That's my part. I can't heal your mind. I can't heal anybody's mind, only my own. That is my part. That is what I'm to do. And today, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it gladly, happily. I'm going to look at my mind, watch my mind with great vigilance, notice when a thought in my mind has caused me to be unhappy, has caused me to lose my peace, and invite the Holy Spirit in and say, hey, Holy Spirit, let's look at this together. Let's look at what's going on in my mind so that you can heal it. Ah, makes me grateful just to think about it. Love you. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye bye.